Welcome to Hoops High, Chicago's leader in youth-produced sports broadcasting and youth media education. Hoops High is produced by high school students learning the skills of professional broadcasting. Hoops High is the flagship program of Free Spirit Media and is made possible in partnership with After School Matters, the Chicago Public Schools, and Chicago Access Network Television. We hope you enjoy the show.
Hi, I'm Sean Mayberry here at Collins Academy. North Lawndale Phoenix take on the Urban Prep Lions. This is North Lawndale's senior night and it's their last home game until their prep for the state playoffs. Stay tuned for more Hoops High.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to welcome everybody to the North Lawndale Seniors Night. Put your hands together, y'all. Put your hands together once again. We got the starting lineup for your varsity. All right, here we go. We're going to have, up first, we have Antonio Lewis, number 40. Number 34, Tevin Hill. Number 32, Alonzo Singletary.
Terrion Hill, Alonzo Singletary, Antoine Smith, Devonte Johnson, Antoine Singleton, and Alonzo Singletary. As I just said, is your starting lineup for North Lawndale. Also some key players to look out for through the game, making big moves, doing big things.
Number 11, Julius Thompson. Number 10, Devonte Johnson.
Devonte Johnson right there, big scorer in the game.
Number 3, Kyle Boone. And the head coach.
Hey, Ryan, I'm gonna go run to the room and go get my stuff.
Team manager, Sunil Wilson. And Brian Williams. All right, guys, we ready to start this up?
North Lawndale over there trying to get things happening. By the way, I'm sorry, I did not announce myself in the beginning of the game. I am Brian Costa. Alongside me is Jovan Brown. I'll be your play-by-play, and he's your color commentator. This is Urban Prep versus North Lawndale senior night. You know, gonna get things popped. Start it up. You're watching Hoops High. Remember, you can watch Hoops High every Saturday at 8 p.m. CAN TV, Channel 19, for all the hottest high school sports action around. North Lawndale with the tip-off.
Let me get that one. Let me get that one so I get the rundown.
Devonte Johnson, my bad, with the ball. Pass it off to Terrion Hill. Terrion Hill having a tough time in a hole. Gets it blocked by number 21, John Ashford. Steven Jackson with the ball. And the first points of the game pass to D'Angelo Hooks, who makes the 2. Urban Prep is up.
Before the game started, we talked to the coach of Urban Prep.
Yes, we did.
Steven Jackson was one of the people he said to look out for. And, I mean, you can obviously see how tall he is. Let's see if how his height is going to play an advantage in this game.
Singletary with the ball. Coming up. Pass it off to AJ. AJ Smith misses the dunk, but it's fouled, and he'll go to that line, shoot them points.
AJ Smith is a senior for North Lawndale.
The first shot is off. Steven Jackson with the rebound. Passes off to 21, John Ashford. And D'Angelo Hooks travels. North Lawndale still with no points on the board. Terrion Hill doing a good job of getting that ball back for his team. Odom put that one up there. It was no good. Steven Jackson with the ball. Now number 42, Curtis Ekelis, was tied up. Some North Lawndale players. Number 3, D'Angelo Hooks put the ball up there, but it was no good. And Curtis Ekelis tried to come back hard with the rebound.
Brian, coming into this game, who do you really think has the advantage?
I really can't say. You know, most people would think because this is North Lawndale's home, of course North Lawndale has the advantage because they shoot on this ball in practice and every other time. But, you know, home court advantage really doesn't matter most of the time as Alonzo Singletary passes off the ball. And Terrion Hill coming back strong with a rebound. AJ Smith with the ball, and because he tried to get back up, they call a travel.
Back to what you said about how home court might not give them an advantage. I mean, Urban Prep is 20-8 right now, and North Lawndale is only 15-5. I mean, 15-7. So,
I mean, they're not, you know, 20-5 because of home court, because, you know, most of your games aren't at your own home. They're 25 because, you know, of their players. And really, home court advantage really doesn't matter because a rim is a rim. So they're playing some back and forth. LaJuan John passed it off to Steven Jackson. Steven Jackson yoked up the 3, and it was no good. LaJuan John was fouled. Jump ball, my bad, jump ball. All the PSAs, documentaries, and stories that you see between breaks are produced by young students. The camera work also and announcing is done by young students, so check us out. We're doing our best. Make sure we learn the professional side of aspects as we grow with our intelligence. We thank you for your support. Score is 2-2, 5 minutes and 34 seconds left in the first period. We're now gonna toss it to a quick commercial break.
What is gender? Is it because I'm a woman? I cannot do math or science?
Who are you to judge? Why can't I be classified as a real hooper?
Just because I am a male, it doesn't make me any less qualified to become a nurse.
Gender does not define you.
What up, y'all? This is Common, and you're watching HoopsHIGH.
Urban Prep ready to inbound. Steven Jackson passed it up, gets the ball, comes up the court. D'Angelo Hooks with the ball, passed it off number 42, Curtis Ekelis. He put it up, but it was something called before he was there. Odom with the ball, passed off to AJ, and AJ puts points on the board. This is North Lawndale's first lead of the game.
Talking to the coach, he said, the coach for Urban Prep that is, he said that pressuring the offense is the best part of Urban Prep. And right now I can kind of see what he's saying because North Lawndale is a scoring team, but they only have 4 points right now.
Yes, I totally agree. Ekelis with the ball, passed it off to Jackson. We got a charge going on. Devonte Johnson to inbound the ball. Singletary with the ball, gives it back to Johnson. Johnson right into the pick. Good one. Singletary breaks up the shot. It's no good. Devonte battles for the ball, and we got a jump ball. And it's going North Lawndale's way. We got a sub. Number 44, Lee Davis is in for number 3, D'Angelo Hooks. Also, Vontae Johnson, A.J. Smith, and Odom are out. Montre with the ball, passes off to Singleton. Singleton passed off. This is a very good game. I'm sorry. This is a very good game. The score is 7-2. It's a lot of stuff going on right now. Kevin Grayson comes in with 2 points. Comes in the game, puts up points. Antonio Willis doing a good job of D'ing up Ekelis.
Talk about getting pressure. Urban Prep is getting pressure right now.
They really are. We're now going to toss it to a quick commercial break.
What is this? That's what I'm talking about. Thank you. Good luck.
Come back next time, I got you.
Got you, man. You didn't earn this.
What's up? I'm Connie, your girlfriend from 6 to 10 at 107.5 WGCI, and you are watching Hoops High.
Back to the game.
Just now tuning in, it's North Lawndale versus Urban Prep. The first quarter with 4 minutes left. North Lawndale is up 9. Up by 7.
DeJuan Miller D'd up by Thompson. Jackson gets the ball, passes it out to DeJuan Miller. Maybe just stepped out of bounds. Score is 9-2, 3 minutes and 45 seconds left. Kelvin Grayson with the ball, passes off to Antoine Singleton. Kelvin Grayson goes up for the 3. It is no good. We got a foul down under the hole. Steve Jackson, my bad. Steve Jackson passed it off to Ekelis. Ekelis comes in strong, and that was a charge. Ekelis trying to figure out what's going on. Kelvin Grayson to inbound the ball. Passes off to Julius Thompson. Thompson passes back to Kelvin Grayson. They're doing a good job of swinging the ball. Antoine Singleton with the first 3 of the game. And now, Lee Davis got that rebound. We got a backcourt. No, we got a travel. My bad. A travel on LaJuan Miller. Kelvin Grayson again to inbound the ball. Julius Thompson with the ball. Slowing the key down a little bit. Antonio Willis with the ball, passes off to Kelvin Grayson. Kelvin Grayson passes off to Julius Thompson. Looked like they was running a 3-2 coverage right there.
Free Spirit Media strives to give students a voice. It is associated with True Star Magazine. You can check them out at www.truestaris.com. Remember, True Star is where teens speak the truth. Check out HoopsHIGH Hype Column and True Star Magazine.
Number 32, Manish Matt with the ball. Steven Jackson having a little problem. Number 12 put that shot up there with confidence, Michael Baker, but it was no good. Matt with the ball. It's a fight, it's a struggle basically. Antoine Singleton comes out, Kelvin Grayson steps out of bounds. We're going back the other way.
14-2 right now. I mean, Urban Prep was first to draw blood, but it's not really showing any good right now.
Yes. 4 fouls apiece for both teams. Okay. For both teams. Jackson with the ball, coming up the court. That's a foul. I mean, travel, my bad. I'm slipping over my word. Please forgive me. Kelvin Grayson, also known as KG, coming up the court. Antoine Singleton passes off to Julius Thompson. He went clutch for a minute, passed it off to Kelvin Grayson. Kelvin Grayson airballs the 3. Number 32, Matt, passed it off to 34, Lee Davis. Antoine Singleton jacks up the 3, in and out.
Antoine doesn't seem to be having anything going his way right now.
He's really not, as Antonio Willis struggles with the ball. Kelvin Grayson finna go to work. Pass it off to Antoine Singleton.
And it's good.
Good as he puts it in behind him.
He had 2 defenders all over him. Still managed to get it in.
Jalen Smith by himself. Trapper went on, but I guess the ref didn't see it. Jackson picks up the foul. Hopefully he can score with 50 seconds left in the first quarter. Score 16-2. North Lawndale has been on basically a 16-2 run. And we haven't seen any more points from the Urban Prep Lions yet. Antoine Singleton wasn't paying any attention. Alonzo D'd up. Antonio Willis tried to put it up there, it was no good. Jackson with the ball. She seems to be one of Urban Prep's key players for this game. We got a backcourt violation. It's North Lawndale's ball. Jalen Smith will inbound. Kelvin Grayson with the ball.
Everybody came out tonight just to support the seniors.
You got to support the seniors, you know.
I mean, it's their last year. I really want to see how North Lawndale is going to be next year.
Yes.
Without VT, who really plays in every game and contributes.
Kevin Grayson passed off to Antonio Willis. He makes no good on the three. Julius.
Right now, we're going to toss it to a quick interview.
With senior Ashana Martin. Ashana, you're a senior in this senior night, so how long have you been cheering?
Well, actually, I've been cheering for 6 years. I cheered my 7th and 8th grade year in elementary school, and I was on the cheerleading team all 4 years here at North Lawndale College Prep.
Well, Ashana, I know you're a senior. Like, how is your grades looking?
Well, actually, my grades weren't always the best, but junior year I detoured, I guess, on the right track, and my grades are actually great. I have a 4.3 as we speak.
Well, thank you, Ashana. You know, stay tuned for more HoopsHIGH.
I went to the boys basketball game the other day, and it was cracking.
For real? Misha Millie, I went to the girls game yesterday, and it was weak.
I put my socks on just like her.
And I put my shoes on just like him. So what's the difference?
Is being a boy really better?
This is Derrick Rose from the Chicago Bulls, and you're watching HoopsHIGH.
Everybody came out tonight, like I said before. The stands is packed. Stands are packed.
Juwan Miller, the inbound, almost tipped off, almost intercepted. Matt passed it off to Baker. Monte almost turned that one over. He had to travel, and this is going back towards Urban Prep's way. Juwan Miller with the ball. Devonte got that one, tried to do a little sneak dish right there. Nothing happened. Baker with the ball, passes off to Miller. Miller dished it off to number 3, D'Angelo Hooks, who put some point on the board.
The first time they've scored, and
Odom
oh,
with the 3. And
21 of 5 right now. It's really looking like Urban Prep can't really do anything to stop North Lawndale's run.
Odom puts up another 3. That one was no good. Miller with the ball, telling him to hold. Passes off to Baker. Baker instantly double team. Miller coming through, and we got to travel. Alonzo Singletary threw that pass a little too hard. He has a history of just blazing passes to his teammates, and sometimes they just can't get a hand over. Miller coming down the court, trying to set something up. Pass it off to Baker. Baker instantly double team, passes back to Miller. Miller passes off to Matt.
He hustled for that. He hustled for that for real.
Hustled a little too hard. Threw that one right to his bench teammates.
As you can see, Coach Thorpe all into it.
Surprisingly, Devonte Enos isn't playing. That went off the back side of the glass. Quince put on the board right there. Miller with the ball, trying to do something a little fancy. Baker with the ball. And we got a foul. Number 3. Kyle Odom for North Lawndale. Middle of inbound. Devonte Johnson comes in, dishes it right off, and Kyle Odom tries to put some points on the board, but then there's a foul. Kyle Odom the inbound.
HoopsHIGH is a flagship program of Free Spirit Media and is run in partnership with After School Matters, Chicago Public Schools, and CAN TV. This is a team effort all around, and we are grateful for our partners who make this possible.
Yes, we all are. But without them, we really can't, know what's going on.
Good on the inbound.
Puts 2 points in. Jackson back in the game for Urban Prep. Thrown a long lob pass to Hooks. Hooks passed it off to Oliver. Oliver passed it off to Baker. Baker jacked that 3 up and in. Really wasn't nothing pretty, but he dropped the foul. Currently, Urban Prep is in the Dub Club. The score is 25-5. Looks like this Baker fella is shooting floaters for his free throws, but if that's what he's comfortable with, that's what he's comfortable with. Coach Thorpe looks a little timid over there. I guess he wants the score to be better than what it is. He made one. Kyle Odom puts up the short 2. No good. Baker.
Oh!
Got double blasted by Devonte Johnson and Alonzo Singletary. But he's picked up the foul. That was something amazing. It was like back-to-back. It's like getting punched by 2 people at the same time. He makes his first free throw this time around. Let's see, can he make his second? Devonte Johnson has really been a key player for North Lawndale, along with Kyle Odom hitting those threes, and also Terrion Hill getting those rebounds, and basically the whole starting 5 for North Lawndale. And for Urban Prep, some key players for them is Steven Jackson. He's a very key player. Baker, he just made those free throws, count him in. Miller, a good key player. And Ashford, he's been a good big man in a hole. I mean, you can't ask for more than a big man. And Eaklis has been good at grabbing them rebounds. Alonzo Singletary slipped up, regained his balance, got the ball back, trying to rob him. I mean, you don't have to get fancy, just score some points. Pass it off to Devonte Johnson. Johnson was finna feed into the pick, but he didn't. Singletary puts it up, no good. Steven Jackson passed it off to number 3. D'Angelo Hooks. Devonte Johnson with the ball, hustling up the court. He's a speedy little fella as he passes it to A.J. Johnson, who exhibits a little bitty war cry. That's what you call it. Almost another turnover. Jackson putting in work. Dished it off to number 10, Raven Oliver. Kyle Odom thought about the three. Oh, good. We got a charge foul.
Keep up with game action in the Hoops High crew with Twitter. Just search Hoops High FSM and follow us.
Follow us. Get to know us. Ain't nothing like it. Steven Jackson with the ball. Dished it out to Oliver.
In this end, that was lucky.
Seems to me as every floater that he puts up is a shot.
That just seemed like luck. He's been shooting that all night. He hasn't went in.
Steven Jackson with the ball. Sort of pacing himself. Tries to do it by himself and accomplish it. With that one out of the net. Julius Thompson wasn't anticipating that. We got some subs coming in tonight. Back in the game. Baker with the ball. Pass it back out to Jackson. No good with the three. Singletary. Pass that was Kyle Odom. Put the punch on the wheel. Jackson with the ball. Passes out to Baker. Baker passes out to Oliver. Oliver almost tripped up right there. Jackson with the ball again. Passes off to Baker. Baker trying to put in some work. And it's intercepted. Singletary coming down. Fouled, and he'll get the and one.
Right now, the only person who's really trying to contribute to me at Urban Prep is Steven Jackson. I mean, he's really been carrying the game on his shoulders for Urban Prep. And for North Lawndale, of course.
I totally disagree.
To me,
Alonzo Singletary and Antoine Singleton have been putting up some shots, but Devonte Johnson and H.A. Smith has also been getting it done. You can't forget the three from Kyle Odom. But for Urban Prep, I mean, Oliver, he just yoked up a three, and he's been making his free throws. He may not be making all of them, as Singletary makes he is,
like
but
he's
putting some points on the board. He's contributing to the overall morale of this game for Open Prep.
But Steven Jackson is running guard, and he's been controlling the ball right now.
I just disagree. I mean, Baker been putting in work, grabbing rebounds.
Well, we gonna see.
Yes, we are going to see, my young friend. Singletary inbounds to Singleton. Devonte Johnson passed it off to Singletary and tried to pass it off to A.J. Smith, and it was intercepted. Miller with the ball, putting in some work. Pass it off to Oliver. Oliver puts up the bogus shot.
Yo, man.
Singletary. Tried something fancy right there. Didn't work. A little too much razzle-dazzle. Miller puts up the bogus shot. It's good, though. it's funny to see how these shots come off. You know, not everybody has a pretty jumper, but things are working out. Miller with the ball. Passed it off to Asher. Asher passed it off to Baker. Baker passed it off to Oliver. Oliver puts up the shot. Air ball.
Once again, yo, key player Oliver.
I'm not saying he's a key player. I'm just saying, you know, it would be wrong to just say that Steven Jackson is, you know, the main contributor. And he's on the bench currently. So, I mean, you can't really say, you know, he's that good of a contributor if he's on the bench.
But, you know, you got to rest a player sometimes. If you don't, what about the rest of the game?
I mean, take it like this. Devonte Johnson has been in the game. He's only been on the bench once.
This is his
AJ
one
Smith
time.
has been on the bench once.
Well,
and Julius Thompson just putting in work. He hasn't rested yet.
Yeah, some people are more conditioned than others.
Baker gets it beat by AJ Smith.
2 times in a row.
Ashford tried to come in strong, but it was no good. You putting Ashford at the line.
The first is off.
Score is 37-18. 1 minute and 4 seconds left in the half. North Lawndale with 10 fouls. Urban Prep with 8. Air ball to free throw. Impossible.
I don't even know what to say about that. Brian, I think you could have did better.
I know y'all was waiting for the air ball. I was just like really astounded at what I just saw. Singletary and AJ talking it over. AJ really wants that ball. Singleton puts up the shot, and it's good. It's all about knowing where to feed it. And you can get that one out of the net as he puts it in there. Baker with the ball as the score is 40-18. Pass it off to Miller. Singletary with the ball in the dunk. We're doing something nice over here. As he ran into some of the cheerleaders, and she scrambled to get out of the way. Miller with the ball. Half-court trap set up. Julius Thompson was ready to take off. When Singletary gets that ball on that fast break, on a steal, he like LeBron James. You really can't stop that. Better yet, Dwight Howard, call him Baby Superman. Oliver with the ball, passes it off to Miller. Miller passes it off to Davis. And Hooks with the last shot, and no good.
It's halftime. We're at Collins right now. North Lawndale has 44 to Urban Prep 18.
Yes, and that's nothing nice. And that's the majorette team. We got the Urban Prep Lions cheerleaders out here.
That's Urban Prep leaving out the gym room. They don't seem too happy. Not at all. But who really can be?
I totally agree. And we're ready to toss it to a quick interview with with Coach Thorpe for North Lawndale.
Hi, I'm here with Coach Thorpe of North Lawndale Phoenix. Coach Thorpe, you have 9 seniors. What does senior night mean to you, actually?
Well, it means a lot, particularly for these guys who's been in the program for a long time. So we're really excited, and we want to send them off well. And this is the opportunity to showcase what they've learned and just get out there and have a good time.
Well, since you do have 9 seniors that are leaving, so what does your recruiting process look like?
Well, we don't recruit. We just hope we get a good group of guys in here that's going to respect our school, respect our rules, and be willing to play hard.
Well, your first round of the state playoffs was against Westinghouse, actually, right? So how you guys are preparing for that game, even though you did take a loss against Bogan, in the city playoffs?
We're just going to continue to practice and just try to fix some of the mistakes that we made in the Bogan game. We got a good group of guys. They're pretty smart. We looked at some film. We're going to use this game to try to improve on some things that we've done wrong in the last game.
Well, thank you for your time, Coach Thor. We're going to pass to our halftime report.
Pacing yourself, tries to do it by itself, and accomplish it. Kelvin Grayson finna go to work, pass it off to Antoine Singleton.
And it's good.
That's a Miller puts up the bogus shot. It's good though. Kelvin Grayson passed it off to Antonio Willis. He makes no good on the three. Julius.
Hi, my name is Daisha. I'm here with Tanaja. And this is your halftime report. So North Lawndale is up. They're basically dominating Urban Prep. But how do you think North Lawndale is playing, and who would you consider the key players now?
North Lawndale are playing they're playing very smart actually. The key players are Alonzo Singletary and Devonte. And Alonzo, he makes sure that he gets the ball, and when he gets the ball, he passes it right to Devonte. Devonte, after he's dunked, it was amazing. He motivated the whole team, and he has great team spirit. What about Urban Prep?
To me, Urban Prep, their defense is on point, but they constantly getting the ball taken from them. I mean, it's a couple of players that I would say is basically, trying their best, and that'd be Steven Jackson. He's really trying. He's trying to lead the team like another Derrick Rose, but actually his points isn't coming up. So I really think they need to step up their defense, and a lot of his players on Urban Prep team need to play like him, because to me, he's playing like he want to win, and one person can't carry a team. There's no iron team.
There isn't. I agree.
So there you have it. This is your HoopsHIGH halftime report. Now we're going to take a quick commercial break.
Can I have your autograph? Thanks, man.
All these years of playing ball, that's what it comes to.
This is Dave Revson from the Big Ten Network. You're watching Hoops High.
Again, we'd like to thank you all for coming out for our senior night up here to celebrate the last home game for our seniors. Now to introduce our seniors. He's a guard, one of the highest GPAs on the team, Malcolm Boyd and mother, Melissa Boyd. Malcolm Boyd and mother, Melissa Boyd. Malcolm Boyd.
My name is Kyle Odom. I'm a 5'9" point guard / shooting guard. And I will be attending, or thinking about attending, Illinois State, Texas Pan America, or University of St. Francis.
Team manager, Tamara Wilson, Gavin Dolores Smith.
She was the principal, the counselor of my high school. The lady in the blue.
Thompson and father Henry Thompson.
My name is Julius Thompson. I'm a 6'2" shooting guard. I plan on going to NIU, SIU, Carbondale, and Lloyd State.
Forward, Archie Harris and mother, Lisa. Jalen Smith, AJ Smith, Devonte and Antoine Senior, Devonte and Antoine Senior.
Hello, my name is Jalen Smith, 5'9" guard, and I plan on going to NIU.
My name is Antoine Singleton. I'm a shooting guard, 5'10". I want to go to Alabama A&M.
Antoine Singleton and mother, Larissa Singleton. Calvin Grayson and mother, Teresa Grayson. Alonzo Singletary and mother, Trina Singletary.
Hi, I'm Alonzo Singletary. I go to Lawndale College Prep. I'm 6'4". I play guard forward, and I want to go to Kent State, Southern Illinois, or Indiana State.
Terion and mother, Latoya Hero.
Hi, my name is Terion Hill. I'm a senior. I play the center and the 4. I'm 6'1", and I'm going to Earlham College.
Point guard, Devonte Johnson, and mother, Sharon and Richard Johnson.
My name is Devonte Johnson. I'm a point guard, I'm a senior, I'm 5'9", and I've applied to Missouri State, Chicago State, and Illinois Central College.
Take every advantage. I am confidence,
determination, and heart.
I am agility,
leadership,
drive. I am
patience,
power,
and bounce.
I am athlete.
I am athlete.
I am athlete.
I am athlete.
You're rocking with Amari Stoudemire, and you're watching Hoops High. Watch it or watch nothing.
Behind the scenes of Hoops High, it's more than interviews and replays. The crew contributes 110% in setup and production.
While we have fun, we are also very serious about getting the job done.
We have the opportunity to work with big companies such as Nike and to meet current and future NBA stars. We are Hoops High.
Girl, oh my God, somebody texted me. Let me read it, y'all. Bro, Hoops High, oh my God.
That girl on me. That girl on me. Dang, Joe, whose high's on? What? No, whose high's on?
Hoops High is
family, communication.
Enjoy it. Hoops High is
Astounding. Creativity.
commitment.
Hoops High is
Exciting.
Meaningful.
Hoops High is
technology. Spirit.
A community.
Hoops High is home.
Love.
dedication.
Inspired.
We coming back from the half and ready to get things cracking.
North Lawndale versus Urban Prep. Right now, not much to say.
You see, he sort of kind of new to this announcing thing. That's why he talking like Shaq, you know?
Give me the ball. I'm going to run. I'm going to dunk it.
The real story is how North Lawndale has 44, Urban Prep 18.
Passed on to Jackson. Jackson instantly putting points on the board. Smith put that one up there. No good. And then we got number 3 running in real fast. D'Angelo Bugs. That guy's a real speed racer. Hello. Hooks puts the first one up there, and it's no good.
The PSAs, dramas, and documentaries that you see between the breaks on Hoops High are produced by Free Spirit Media students at North Lawndale College Preparatory High School, Gary Coleman Youth Center, and Powerhouse High. We hope you enjoy every story and message these young people are sharing.
Not just one, but every story.
Every. And the shot was good.
No look pass to Willis. Willis put some points on the board. Turnover. Singleton with the ball.
The coach of Urban Prep, I wouldn't be too happy if I was him right now.
I really wouldn't.
I mean, they're down 24.
I mean, 24, that's a lot of points. If these points were ours, Urban Prep doesn't have the time to play around. I made that up by myself. A little while, I'm finna be coming out with a little a quoting website, so you know, be looking for that. Who doesn't want to sound like me? I'm awesome. Jalen Smith tried to put some points on the board, you know. Came in real hard. Now I ain't finna hit that foul line, you feel me?
Urban Prep starting all fouling. It's a bad way to start the third quarter, especially when you're down.
First one. And now. Astor with the ball, passed it off to Baker. Baker passed it off to Miller. Miller passes back to Ash. And we got a blocking foul going on. Called on Antonio Willis, NLCP. Cheerleaders are truly looking good out here, doing their thing, making sure they support their team, which is North Lawndale. First one off the front. Let's hope that he doesn't airball this one as he did the last one. He shoots like he has defenders in his face. The no-look pass to Singleton, and he makes good. That boy is shooting some fire. Half-court trap does good. Threw that one right out of bounds. Tried to get an assist from Coach Thorpe. Jalen Smith to inbound the ball. KG, Kelvin Grayson with the ball, passes off. Singleton. Singleton, no good. Asher with the rebound. Matt got that rebound. Hooks with the ball.
At the bottom of the net.
Bottom. Get it out the net. Kelvin Grayson looking at the half-court trap. Threw that one right into the hand of Matt. Baker puts up the shot. No good. Matt with the rebound. Hooks with the shot. No good. He's going back down the court. Kelvin Grayson putting in work. Hallelujah. No good as the shot. Put off by Jalen Smith. Put back up by Kelvin Grayson like a real big man. KG to OG. Pass that one clean off to Willis. Willis got that one blocked. This is looking like a really professional game. Cheerleaders right there doing their thing. You really appreciate something like that. You just don't know how much that'll change the atmosphere. Singleton puts up the shot and it's no good. Antonio Willis with the ball passes off to KG. KG puts up the shot and it's no good. Julius Thompson left over one of his teammates. Smith passes it off to Kelvin Grayson. Kelvin Grayson looking to pass back out. Julius Thompson yokes up the three. No good. Miller with the ball.
It just seems like North Lawndale just shooting around. That's all it really
See,
seems
we got
like
some
right
mad
now.
fans out here.
Number 21 for Urban Prep is hurt. As you can see him limping off the court. Let's hope it's nothing too serious.
He like sort of kind of matter of fact, I'm confident in saying he's the best big man they got so far. But they put number 23, Devonte James, in for him. Let's see how this guy does. Miller with the ball, puts up the quick shot. In and out. KG missed the dunk just by a little bit. Maybe next time, little guy. Baker puts up the shot. But James made good on the rebound to push that one in. Score is now 54-26. Singleton with the shot, and that's some fire. That one was in there. Miller with the ball. Passes off to number 32, Matt. Matt passes off to Baker. Impressive save by Kelvin Grayson. He gets the ball back. Did a little too much, put it off the top half of the backboard. Now Miller with the ball. Out on North Lawndale. Julius Thompson, the last to touch that one.
Right now.
Terrion Hill back in the game. AJ Smith back in the game. Alonzo Singletary back in the game. Also Kyle Odom is back. Just a whole new fresh five from North London. Miller put some points on the board. Kyle Odom with the early three. He just got back in trying to put in some work. Alonzo Singletary. Too confident, but we almost made that one. It came right back out.
I really think he needs to bring that one in if he's going to have a chance of hitting that three.
What did you say?
I really think he needs to bring that one in if he has a chance of hitting that three, because right now it's just hitting backboard.
Backboard. Base guard.
So he needs to keep that in consideration. Maybe try a mid-range shot. It might go down.
As A.J. Smith misses the first. Well, you know, he got a lot of power in them hands of his, so that's his range. He can make it from right there, and as A.J. Smith makes the second. Miller with the ball. You got a half-court trap. Passed it off to Baker. Baker quickly makes it up court, trying to avoid that 8-second violation. Miller puts up the shot, and it's good. From about 14 feet out on baseline. Johnson just called a play. Odom with the ball, passes off to Johnson, swings it out to Singletary. Odom with the ball. I don't know what just happened, but Terrion Hill got the ball, and we got a jersey grab. We don't want to do that, you know. That ain't how we operate here at HoopsHIGH. Don't do the jersey grabs. Kyle Odom yokes up the mid-range shot. Put it on the board.
If you want to see more HoopsHIGH games, now you can. Watch full games on iHigh. Go to www.ihigh.com/HoopsHIGH to see more games from the past or stream live from home.
Can you really tell them like the concept of iHigh? Because I don't think, you know, they're really getting that.
Well, iHigh is basically revolved around high school games. That's why it's iHigh.
You know, basically, if you miss something, you ain't see something on HoopsHIGh, or you know, we got a game on, but you want to see another game that already happened, go hit up iHigh, you feel me? And they get you right. Ready to get this game back.
Please check out Free Spirit Media website at www.freespiritmedia.org or check us out on YouTube. Search Free Spirit Media to view our YouTube channel.
Do you really have to be that hard?
Yeah. Our YouTube channel.
No, Devonte, hooked on phonics. Baker with the ball. Passes off to number 32, Matt. Singletary with the ball, one of those hard passes off to Kyle Odom. Kyle Odom passes off to Terrion Hill. Terrion Hill passes back off to Kyle Odom. Terrion Hill does a good job of making his way back down that court. He's very overall impressive player. And from what I hear, because I go to school with the guy, he's very intelligent, and his academics are in order. And we got a travel.
For those who don't know, Urban Prep, it has 3 campuses, and it's all boys. It's an all-boys school.
All hard legs.
It's one located in Inglewood, one near UIC,
Inglewood,
and one near East Garfield.
Kyle Odom almost took the shot. Devonte Johnson said he'd do it. James with the rebound. Miller with the ball. Seems he's running point. Miller takes the shot for the 3. That was a long range three, though. I was really digging that shot when it went in. I had confidence in it. Oh, yeah.
What are you doing?
Singletary setting it up. Devonte with the ball. Oh, yeah. Singletary. Pass it off to Hill. Hill pass it off to Johnson. Hill with the ball back. Singletary. Pass it off to A.J. Smith. Gotta travel. Oh, yeah.
Don't forget to stay tuned to Free Spirit Media's news at the end of this broadcast. It comes on at 9:50 every Saturday. Learn about what's going on in Chicago and find out the latest on the most important issues with teams.
Right. And the most important issue right now is we just got a turnover. Turned that one over like a pancake. Kyle Odom the inbound. These players really working up a sweat. Number 54, the big guy, he just slipped right on in there. I didn't really see him. Miller with the ball. Pass it off to Matt.
That was good.
Real good play. 15 seconds. 10 seconds, matter of fact, left. Kyle Odom with the ball. Devonte Johnson with the ball now. That one was beat, but he picked up that foul, though.
3.6 seconds left on the clock.
The score is sort of kind of flip-flop, 63-36.
Third quarter. It's looking real bad for Urban Prep right now.
Kyle Odom showing some love. Kyle Odom putting them points on the board.
We're at Collins right now, West North Lawndale versus Urban Prep Lions. The score is 65-36.
And it's a very impressive game, and we finna let you get one of them interviews. We know y'all love the interviews. Ray Sean.
Hi, I'm here with Darlene Kinsey, a senior majorette. Darlene, how was your senior night?
My senior night was great. I enjoyed being here with my friends and families, celebrating the seniors.
Well, Darlene, how has, your senior night been, and how long have you been a majorette? How's your experience been, being a majorette?
I've been a majorette for 4 years. My experience with these girls was great. I grew from the young ones, drama, fights, into just loving each other and enjoying dancing with them.
Well, that's all for tonight. Stay tuned for more Hoops. We're going to pass it back to our announcers.
Thanks for that amazing interview. Singletary with the ball, passes off to Odom. Odom puts up a shot. He has been a very crucial player, I think North Lawndale really depends on him a lot, as well as all the other players. You can notice right now, all seniors are out there on the court for North Lawndale.
Pressure in the ball, and it's turned over. Nearly picked off by Terrion Hill.
Miller putting in work, coming in. Yeah. Terrion Hill. We got a shot block out there. Miller with the ball. This really seems like a professional game. 6 minutes and 50 seconds left in the game. Devonte Johnson dished it perfectly, exquisitely dished it to Alonzo Singletary. who came in to make the impressive 2-point play. Baker traveled. Where you going with them bags, Baker?
We know we're not always perfect, but we are working hard.
Very hard.
And we're always learning, so thank you for supporting us and encouraging us.
We really appreciate it, you know. Oh, really, like, check out HoopsHIGH though, because that's what's up. I've been on there lately, you know, watch myself. That's what's up, HoopsHIGh. Can't get enough of that HoopsHIGh. Go visit you some HoopsHIGh. I'm working on my singing lessons. Don't trip. Johnson with the ball, passes off to Odom. Odom passes off to Singletary. Terry on Hill, tried to fake. Big guy didn't go for none of it. Baker with the ball, passes off to Miller. That was a real bogus Euro, and he traveled. You know, bags fly, fly free on Southwest. But I don't know where he going. He traveling like an overworked salesperson. Johnson talking a little smack on the court. Singletary with the ball. Dishes right back to Johnson. A.J. Smith puts up the shot. In there. You can't ask for a more well-rounded player than A.J. Johnson, Singletary, Odom, Miller for Urban Prep, Baker. Another good player, James, who, A.J. Smith with a swift 2 points. Scored 76 to 38.
He G-checking for the ball. He just walked up to him and grabbed it. Coming down the court.
A.J. Smith again. Devonte Johnson just doing a good job with these passes. It's like he's just putting them back there like, sort of kind of connect the dots thing going on. We're going to toss it to a quick commercial break. I'm really enjoying what's going on right now.
Most people believe they won't make it out. I'm not most people. I'm a fighter. I don't try to attain greatness. I define it. Ever since I was little, I lived in wonderful households, but bad neighborhoods. I didn't want to be like every other boy. Well, I couldn't. I boxed. I was 7 years old when I actually fought someone. Nothing serious, all playful. The thing is, I enjoyed it. Everybody likes to be dominant in their own way, but this was mine. I was raised in boxing by my cousins and my uncles. I can't say I was forced into boxing because I liked it. I can say I was forced into the work ethic. As life began to pass, the more I started to love the sport. It kept me out of trouble. It helped me build toughness, strength, and durability, not only in the ring, but out it. In life, the goal is to go more than 12 rounds. And even if I don't go professional, I can say boxing has done a lot of things for me. This is my sport.
Hi, this is Scottie Pippen, and you're watching HoopsHIGH.
Now we're back to the game. It's the fourth quarter, 4 minutes and 51 seconds left. North Lawndale has 78, and the Urban Prep Lions have 38. It's really looking bad for Urban Prep right now.
He really is. Jackson checks back in the game. Miller passed it off to Oliver. Oliver passes back off to Miller.
Ooh, with the
Johnson
pass.
with the ball. A.J. Smith, he come in. He is captain, save a team. I couldn't really say what I wanted to say, but y'all know what I meant. We getting things cracking over here at the college campus. Kyle Odom getting a little up close and personal with one of the cheerleaders.
How exciting this game is. If you ever miss it, you can always go on HoopsHIGH and watch it. Always. So everybody go on www.ihigh.com/HoopsHIGH to see more games.
It's really /, but everybody makes mistakes. That's Tania right there holding the camera, pointing at me. You know, who doesn't like to see me? Kelvin Grayson checked back in the game, along with AJ Smith. My bad. Younger brother, Jalen Smith checked into the game. Julius Thompson also back in the game, along with Antoine Singleton. Johnson with the ball, makes good on that one, scores 82-38.
Right now, North Lawndale is having their way in the hole with them.
Oliver with the ball, pass back to Jackson. And that was, it looked pretty, that I can say. Miller yoked that 3 up, and Antoine basically gave it back, tried to redeem himself, no good. Antoine with the rebound. Julius Thompson passed it off to Kelvin Grayson. Kelvin Grayson is truly the Kevin Garnett of this game out here. Julius Thomas picked up the foul because he, got pushed. Nobody likes a pusher, What are you pushing me for? Don't push me because I'm close to the edge. That's my joint. I used to love that song.
You gonna get a try to throw back?
Throwback as he makes his first point. If I'm not mistaken, this is Julius Thompson's first time at the line. As he makes his second free throw. Miller with the ball, coming down the court. Passed it off to Baker. Baker passes off to Oliver. Oliver tried to get it back to Baker, but wasn't too successful.
At this time, I would like to recognize the whole crew. Tania Triple on our baseline camera. Manisha Barnes on our other baseline.
And Barnes, what up, Manisha? That's Tania Triple right there. Tania Triple doing her thing. You see the keys on the hip. She stay with those. She stay equipped. I'm finna be a rapper. Just give me time. Katrina Pipes. Katrina Pipes on Hero, if I'm not mistaken. Nisha Barnes on far baseline. Charles Carter on coverage. That's Nisha Barnes right there, right behind her. An apprentice worker. Charles Carter right there. Lee Davis puts up the shot.
Direct. It really looked like he was trying to pass to you, Brian.
I don't know why. I was not going to put that shot up there. Kelvin Grayson going to work like a true winner. Passed it off to AJ. Not AJ. I'm getting their names mixed up. They're both Smiths. Passed it off to Jalen Smith. 1 minute and 20 seconds left in the quarter. Turnover. Singletary tried to dunk it. Oliver with the ball. Last touch by North Lawndale. Almost turned over right there. Miller put up the shot. Kelvin Grayson was fighting for that one. And it goes to North Lawndale's way.
The clock is still running, even though that it shouldn't be.
It really shouldn't.
But it doesn't really matter at this point because North Lawndale has 86. Urban Prep only has 38.
Even if you put a full minute back on the clock, or come back from that, and it ain't looking too good. And then that just happened right there, you know. And then we got another foul joint coming. Kelvin Grayson to inbound the ball. Looked like Singletary wants the ball. He ran back court real fast. Kelvin Grayson got that one beat.
If they protected the
Davis
hole like
with the
that.
ball. Singleton with the free throw, but no good.
If they protected the ball like they did, like they're doing right now, it might not have been so bad.
3, 2, 1. Almost hit that one. Score is 86-38. And they advanced. They're not even a part of the Dub Club no more. I don't know what the 50 Club is called, but you know, that's them. They up by 54. This is basically North Lawndale's game the whole time. Urban Prep the first to score, and they show a nice example of sportsmanship as they shaking hands towards the end. And yeah, this is a very impressive game. You know, I really enjoyed myself. What do you think happened in the game that was very interesting to you, Devon?
Well, North Lawndale just took it in the hole and they drove it the whole game. Antonio Singletary just shot up anything, and it went down.
It really did. And I got some key players. You know, normally we usually have like 1 or 2 key players. I got almost like 2 teams of key players. You got Steven Jackson, number 5, a junior, 6 foot, 165 pounds, and he played guard. LaJuan Miller, sophomore, 5'11", 130. He a guard. And this is all for Urban Prep. You got, who else? Ryan Oliver, a junior, 5'9", 125 pounds. He played guard. D'Angelo Hooks, junior, 6'3". He played guard. Matt, junior, 5'10", 155. He played guard. And Lee Davis and Curtis Eagles, both freshmen. And one is a forward, the other one is a guard. And for North Lawndale, we got Kyle Odom, Antoine Smith, Devonte Johnson, Julius Thompson, Kelvin Grayson. We're ready to toss it to a quick interview to the player of the game.
Hi, I'm here with the player of the game, AJ Smith and Kyle Odom. AJ, you had 23 points to end the game, and Kyle, you had 15 points. This is both of, your last senior night. How did it feel for you?
It felt great.
Well, how did it feel for you, Kyle?
It felt good. Me being my first year back playing, felt real good to celebrate with my team. And I'm thankful for God for letting me have the opportunity.
Well, y'all have y'all first game against Western House for the playoffs for the state, right? So how y'all gonna prepare for that?
All right, practice.
Practice. How about you?
Just practice, and more practice.
They going down.
Well, all right. Stay tuned for more Who's High next week.
Bottom of the net.
Johnson with the ball. AJ Smith passed on to Jackson. Jackson instantly putting points on the board. No little pass to Singleton. And he made good.
Hi, my name is Daisha, I'm here with Tanaja. And this is your Who's High post-game report. North Lawndale versus Urban Prep game was tonight, and North Lawndale took the victory, but the score was 86-38. North Lawndale played very strong tonight. They was missing a couple of easy shots, like layups and such, but they did play very strong. They did have a good lead, and they kept that lead. Urban Prep, it took them a struggle, and they still struggled throughout this whole game. But how do you feel? about Urban Prep's performance tonight?
I feel like Urban Prep really didn't want the win. They could have strived a little more, but they did do a good job with what they had to do. Their defense wasn't up, but they could get it up. How about you in North Lawndale?
North Lawndale, they played like they wanted to show out. That's what I would say. They was trying to clown them on the court, as I would say. They was playing very aggressively. They was tripping teaming them. They was making sure that they didn't get to that basket. And when they did, they make sure they get the rebound. So North Lawndale came to play and they came to show out. So they showed up and showed out tonight. So there you have it. This concludes your Hoops High post-game report. Now, stay tuned for more Hoops High next week.
You can watch Hoops High on CAN TV, Channel 19, every Saturday at 8 p.m. Please visit www.hoopshigh.org to learn more. Hoops High and Free Spirit Media would like to thank our sponsors. We are grateful for their support in making our mission of youth media education and opportunity possible.
I wanna hear that official Kanye and that twisted shit. That's so impossible to get it. Get it? That's so impossible to get it. Get it? That's so impossible to get it. Get it? Rolled up then lit it, smoke a little but don't admit it. Do it like I did too late. I did it. The controversy can't worse me, man. I'm eating but I'm still thirsty and thirsty. What did you saying? I got into it with a couple of niggas last Thursday, man. Why the hell is I'm worrying? I've been at the bins with the perfect 10. Man, your life must be perfect, man. Look at how they came up with the perfect plan. It's impossible. Got strip clubs playing gospel. Flow so sick in the hospital. You know I jabbed out like Pac do. You know you throw your dollars when I rock with you. Since Michael Jackson made rock with you, I know this shit's unlogical. Maybe because we did the impossible. Maybe we really did the impossible.
They probably never was exposed to it, they probably would have never have done it, but it's something that you see that interests people a lot.
I never worked with a camera, you know, it was my first time learning about a camera, you know, zooming in, zooming out. It was a real good experience for me, you know. I think it changed a lot in me too. It changed how I think, and it changed like something I like to do in life.
When I get older, I want to be some type of actor. So being in this classroom really helped me out, really exercise my ability to act.
We shooting it and we shoot it off like what we done been through, and like people get to see it and they watching it and they liking it.
Like young kids in the community can do stuff that's like worth some type of value.
Meet Jaden, a 16-year-old from Chicago. He likes reading, playing basketball, and daydreaming. As one of 75 million youth in America, he is the future of our country. But today, Jaden's future is uncertain. A new economy is evolving as Jaden tries to find his way in a school system where more than 42% of students drop out and even more fall behind. For Jaden and others like him, the future looks grim. But there is hope. Youth media programs connect with kids like Jaden, moving them from discouragement toward opportunity through the power of communication. Jaden learns about journalism, technology, and culture. He spends his time engaged at school, in youth centers, and at libraries. He discovers how to observe the world around him and share his own stories. He becomes one of more than 10,000 teens involved in the Chicago Youth Voices Network, a collection of innovative programs that come together with a bold vision to reach more people like Jaden, to transform education, and to shape the health of our city. Together, the network gives vision to the journalists, artists, engineers, and leaders of our future. One story, poem, film, blog post, one youth at a time.
There are many stereotypes in the world, even when it comes down to your health.
Eating disorders are often seen as a white thing, but it affects the black community as well.
Where I'm from, being thick is what could get you a man, or at least a little notice. But without any meat on your bones, you're known as a nobody.
I always thought starving myself and never eating would get me the lead role in any ballet production I ever wanted to start in.
One that's been genetically engineered.
Days, 80% of the corn, cotton, and soybeans are the products of biotech.
Crops don't leak out. We have domesticated crops. According to a report in today's issue of the journal Science, genetically modified corn.
Americans have been eating genetically engineered corn.
Genetically modified.
Genetically
engineered.
Genetically modified foods are foods that have been bioengineered.
You're taking crops and making them more, in theory, successful because you're adding in genes to make them, resistant to different kinds of bug pressure or resistant to drought, to be able to grow in conditions that maybe naturally they don't grow as well in.
Foods that have been altered to some degree in a laboratory on a very basic level, like a cellular level.
It's when you take the DNA strand of a particular variety of a plant and inject it with some other DNA strand. So you're creating these plants that are like super hybrids.
Come from foods that can't reproduce, that are somehow manufactured and aren't coming from a natural source.
I would say that the effects of genetically modified foods would be harmful to us just because that there's a level of it being synthetic.
For instance, when they splice fish into tomatoes, you think you're allergic to the tomatoes, but you're actually allergic to fish.
Anything that is being modified, that is being mixed with things that are unnatural are going to have negative effects on our bodies.
You don't really know, again, what that mutation is going to do in the human being. And then once that human being cells mutate, you don't know how, you don't know those variables. You can't control those variables.
They're not providing the essential nutrition anymore. It takes us we have to eat so many foods these days to get the nutrition value of food that was grown back in the day, that was organic and fresh and on someone's farm.
It's giving us a certain amount of artificialness in our bodies, a certain amount of toxins in our bodies that we then, that our body can't really metabolize. So then our body has to do something with it, and a lot of times it expresses itself in, ill effects.
So hypersensitivities, allergic reactions are one of the most common things, most prevalent things that we see. And all a part of healing those naturally is eating organic foods.
In general, I'm kind of wary of anything that's going to disrupt and balance in an ecosystem.
When those foods get into the system and have to be acknowledged and recognized at a biochemical, cellular, physiologic level, the body knows the difference. And what we're seeing is things don't work the way they did with the natural substance.
When you throw one thing off, it's going to lead to other problems down the line that we may not be able to foresee.
So I think the combination of both of them are really impacting the health of everyone because there's more and more toxins in the earth and there's more and more genetically altered foods that people are consuming.
The effects of genetically modified foods on lands is really hazardous because from what I understand, the seeds that are being used can contaminate actually organic and foods that aren't modified at all. It can contaminate the dirt where that dirt no longer can produce or isn't healthy enough to help grow the food that is in that land.
Genetically modified foods are definitely pumped to low-income communities.
Genetically modified foods impact low-income communities probably more than any other community because these foods end up being cheaper than organic foods, and so there's no Folks who are on a fixed income can't pick and choose the kind of foods they get to eat, or only can to a particular extent, and they're going to take and buy what's affordable.
Again, there are foods that were made, for mass production, so that the availability of fresh organic produce or produce in general in low-income communities is very scarce. Most people are on diets of meat and fat and sugar.
This is tricky, right? Because you're dealing with countries that don't have anything, but have minimal resources to food because of drought, because of capitalism, because of so many factors, that if a cheap seed is available, the fact is that they have to buy seeds and they can't seed save is a problem in itself, but it's cheaper to buy this seed versus this organic seed. I'm gonna buy this GMO seed and be able to provide for my family. But again, the long-term effect says that your soil is gonna be corroded, your health from harvesting this food is gonna be put at risk, and then you're gonna consume this food, which in the long run probably can have negative effects on you.
I think that's the scary part about GMOs, is that nobody really knows. When we slice in genes, it may make that plant healthier, but it also might make it less effective long term. So, it may be really bug resistant today, but we don't know what that's going to look like 5 years from now.
I think that there are other more sustainable ways to grow that wouldn't involve genetically modified seeds. I think that they will probably plan to keep making more and more varieties of genetically modified foods, just because then they can have the rights and all the resources that would come with the seeds that are distributed that are genetically modified.
Well, I mean, it's on the table now, and the USDA just passed a bunch of GMO laws, and that stuff's really scary. So, I mean, I think it's only going to expand.
Haitian farmers revolted against using GMO seeds because they know the negative outcomes that it will have, despite knowing that they need to be able to provide food. But they're also making a statement saying, we have seeds that we can use, and we want to use our own seeds. We want to be able to grow what's local to our country. And a lot of protest has happened in India around this, around being able to seed save and use your own seeds instead of having to purchase seeds, because it's absurd. If I grow a crop, I can keep those seeds and plant them next season, but you're telling me that now I need to buy seeds from you.
And this is why I say to you that we must learn how to grow our own food. We must share our seeds. We must save our seeds. We must make sure that this generation and all generations to come, have access to healthy food. And that does not mean genetically modified food.
Growing Power is a nonprofit. We are based in Milwaukee. We have urban farms all over Chicago, and our huge emphasis is working in communities with youth. And so all of our projects are really community-based, so each one of our farms looks really different, and it's run by different kids who are really trying to learn about the food system and who are trying to learn about healthy eating. And sustainable food is food that's grown naturally, so we're trying to do as much as we can to mimic nature and to grow really healthy crops using different types of methods that aren't synthetic. So we're not using pesticides that you would get, that you would make scientifically. And so that's really where we try to emphasize, we want to have super productive farms so that we're feeding lots of folks, but also so that our kids can get educated and can have gainful employment in the future.
The Healthy Food Hub is just a little over a year old. It started out of a demand in the community for access to healthy food. There are an array of foods, the different varieties, how to prepare it more healthfully. People were literally bringing recipes for people to share to the market. It was an absolutely beautiful experience, and we opened up the Healthy Food Hub.
I eat organic food because it makes me strong.
Did you know that childhood obesity has more than tripled in the past 30 years?
Not these stairs again.
Hey, what's that? What's that?
Chips.
You don't need it.
There are many ways to prevent childhood obesity.
By eating healthy. Start drinking more water.
How does American culture determine if one becomes obese? Is it our unhealthy choices? Is it our lack of knowledge or access to healthy foods? Or does the media play a huge role? Maybe it's the lack of being physically active. Why is my community so obese? Well, my name is Corey McQuarrie. I was in love with all the fast foods, junk foods, and the grease, until I realized that I was strolling down the path to obesity. I started getting insecure about how I looked and how I felt.
Struggle.
Unhealthy decisions.
Fat. A lot of food, People big, man. Epidemic in the United States. You don't normally see them walking around eating apples or oranges or bananas, something healthy. You oftentimes see them eating bags of chips, unhealthy foods.
I come to school on the west side and I go to other classes on the north side, so it's basically I get to see like all around. And from what I've been seeing is that everybody's having the issue, and like when I come here, it's not even 8 o'clock and I see kids eating hot chips. It's not 8 o'clock yet. Why are you eating hot chips, Or they would eat extremely sweet things in the morning. And it's like, why are you eating this? This is not healthy. It's not a balanced meal.
I mean, if you walk down the street and just sort of observe things, I would say quite a few people are overweight, are obese, as we say.
Of those people who we see who are type 1 and type 2, 99.9% of those individuals are obese. Obesity technically is a body mass index of above 30, okay? So if you have a body mass index above 30, then that classifies you as obese.
Someone who's not in a proper weight according to age, size, and stature.
My grandmother, she struggled with it, and my aunt, she's currently struggling with it. Actually, my grandmother, she died from it. She was bedridden, and my aunt, she's bedridden too, and she struggles with it. She's immobile. She can't do anything because she's so big.
Many people who have a chronic disease like obesity or diabetes suffer from depression. 1 of every 2 people who has diabetes will have a heart attack at some point in their lives.
But the main ones that affect this community are hypertension and diabetes. And so there's so many things. Once you have a chronic disease, which is what those things are, in essence, you have it for the rest of your life. So the results of that disease are all different things. You're taking medication, you're monitoring your blood sugar.
People who are 300, 400 pounds, you've seen them on TV. They may not be able to get out of bed. So anytime you put an increased stress on any body part, that body part is eventually going to give out, okay? The heart is something that you'd rather not have get out on you.
My dad, we actually have the gene for obesity, so he keeps us away from that type of food for that very reason, and just to keep us healthy and
energy filled and not sick.
I'm motivated by my physical appearance, I guess. I play baseball and it consists of a lot of running. I oftentimes work out by myself when I'm at home. You can lift weights at home by yourself. You could basically do anything that deals with exercise and movement.
I work with a gentleman. He was plus 364 pounds. He had high blood pressure, he had diabetes, cholesterol was very high. So he went on a strict diet of working out and exercising. He ended up cutting over 150 pounds. He runs marathons, he's off all his medication, and he's in great physical shape.
We get people more active, the community is going to be safer, it's going to be healthier. You talk about, if you look at the cost of healthcare, and I know oftentimes in this community, the mindset is not preventative care, but reactive care. So when you're sick, when something's really, really bad, then you deal with it. And where do you go? You go to the ER. When you go to the ER, the costs are so much higher than if you would go to a doctor and be able to really control things, control diseases before they escalate to the point where they're an emergency.
For somebody who's got a chronic disease like obesity or diabetes, you know, or cardiovascular disease, or another problem is they need to be active every day in some way, shape, or form. People should just go out and, you know, start to kind of walk for an hour or play basketball for an hour, or do something very strenuous for an hour until they build up their resistance, you know, to the exercise.
I think they should really get out and exercise. It's something that we don't do. We jump in our cars, we drive everywhere, but we don't exercise. We don't watch what we eat. We don't do anything. We just become couch potatoes.
I believe a way that we could prevent obesity is basically having healthier food habits and choices, choosing to eat the right thing.
One way to encourage healthy behaviors is to get children, teenagers, active in a sport, to have them go out for a walk, you know, with the sun shining, even if it's wintertime, you know, get them out to breathe the fresh air and to work off some of the stress, and their mood will benefit from that.
I don't think it is enough parental control over like what kids eat, because it starts off young. If you let your kids make unhealthy decisions when they're young, they're going to grow up and they're going to think that that's okay.
Another way would be to get more involved into physical activities like running around the park in the morning or jogging, walking around the neighborhood, just little small things that can help. You can even pick up a sport, play baseball, basketball, football.
One prevention of obesity is to move more and eat less.
Cut out all the grease that you eat.
One way to combat obesity is to understand what it is and understanding what resources exist to help people overcome or combat the problem.
My appearance was something that was important to me. So I started exercising, eating better, and making healthier choices for myself. And today, I remain physically active and physically fit, and hope to motivate and encourage others in my community to overcome the problem of obesity.
being followed? Will I be harassed? Oh, not him again. Let me go.
I mean, hey, why you gotta act all like that for? I was just trying to get your name. Keep walking. Hey, man. Come on, man. Girls these days don't even know how to act. Boy, you trying to get to know them. You want to act all crazy.
Imagine not being able just to walk down the street.
Hey, girl. This is why I can't stand dark-skinned girls. They always have attitudes.
Man, you see that Lakers game last night?
Yeah, a couple of stopped.
I think I see my buddy Ryan over there.
Kiwante, what's up, man?
What's up, Ryan?
You see that game last night?
Yeah.
Man, those Lakers. Hey, we'll talk, all right?
All right. Man, you cool for a white guy.
Why you just can't be a cool guy?
Use your money wisely so that you don't end up like this. If shopping is your problem, then this message is just for you.
Don't be a part of the problem, be a part of the solution.
Go green!
Hello, welcome to a special edition of FSM News. I'm Maya McDonald.
And I'm Nadia Davis. This week we honor the graduating seniors in the FSM News crew.
FSM News.
Many FSM News reporters, anchors, and producers will head off to college soon. So today's newscast will showcase their best work. We'll also get to know them a little bit better.
Here's an up-close look at some of our senior crew members.
FSM students work hard to finish their newscast every week. Let's see what the graduating seniors think about their overall experience in the program.
I've been a part of Free Spirit Media since October of 2010. And it's really fun being in the program and really educational because you get to learn hands-on skills and skills that you can use in future jobs.
I've been part of Free Spirit Media since last semester, and it's pretty cool. I learned a lot.
I've been a part of Free Spirit Media for about a month and a half, and the program is absolutely great. You get to go out and interview people, ask them their opinions on things, and we get to do a newscast. What made me join Free Spirit Media was my love for broadcasting.
To expand my horizon in media and learn about the news.
People know us now. Like, you could put Free Spirit Media on a resume and people know about FSM, people know about Jeff and the things that we do here.
I could put this on my resume. This is actually, a program where we work with the actual television station, and that will look great on my resume. After graduation, my plans are to attend Columbia College, where I'll be majoring in broadcasting journalism.
To attend a 4-year university or a 2-year community college.
I'm attending Carbondale Southern University. And I'm majoring in nursing, but I will be earning my minors in journalism and broadcast.
The people.
I'm gonna miss the fun atmosphere. I'm gonna miss Chad, Miss Teresa. I'm gonna miss all my co-workers. I'm gonna miss the cameras. I'm gonna miss everything.
Chantel and the others are ready to take the media industry by storm. They have big goals and determination.
I agree, but before we look to their future, let's see what they've already accomplished.
This year, people are looking forward to new fall fashion trends, such as the European style and high-waist pants. With these trends becoming a popular demand, I set out to find the hottest trends this season.
High-waisted jeans, higher-waisted pants. I think the mid to low rise is making its way out.
European wear more fitted. Favorite store to shop at would be H&M, Aldo,
More the European look is my kind of style.
I shop at a lot of thrift stores, actually. So like Unique Thrift over on the north side, Salvation Army, places like that.
From H&M to thrift stores, fashion and style can come from anywhere. But keep in mind that while the seasons change, pea coats, boots, and scarves are a must.
Just close your eyes, the sun is going down.
You know, Charlotte, you are a really good singer. Have you ever thought about, like, becoming a singer in real life?
You said you need something to loosen up your voice?
Yeah.
To help you sing better?
Yeah.
I got that perfect thing. All you gotta do is take half of this before you sing, and you'll sing perfect.
Charlotte? Can you sing for me now?
Yeah, I can.
Thank you for staying with us. We're almost done with our show today. Our next story unintentionally turned out to be a funny one.
Check out what happened when Julian asked the public about their worst and favorite Christmas gifts.
You won't want to miss this one.
What I really want for Christmas? I always wanted a laptop for Christmas. Like, I'm tired of my brothers hogging my computer.
Well, I really wanted a 10-speed bicycle, and I got that flyer wagon instead.
A dirt bike.
One year I really wanted the Oakland Athletics baseball uniform, but they bought me the Chicago White Sox uniform, and I was really disappointed because I'm a Cubs fan. Best gift I ever got for Christmas was probably from my wife. She bought me an Xbox 360 2 years ago, and that was pretty awesome.
A helicopter. It will have to be my portable Nintendo DSi XL.
I got a round trip to Hawaii, and it was from my dad.
The worst gift I ever received for Christmas probably would have been a pair of socks.
A t-shirt. It would be like how they give me clothes and pajamas for Christmas. Like, I don't want that. You could buy me that any day.
Some stale chocolate chip cookies.
Well, that wraps up this week's special newscast, but we'll be back next week with our regular show.
Until then, check us out on Facebook. Search FSM News.
You can also find us on ABC7, Chicago's website in the community section.
Enjoy your spring break.
Free Spirit Media partners with schools and organizations to provide education, access, and opportunity in media production to underserved urban youth. Through hands-on production of their own media content, participants build life skills in communication, critical and independent thinking, teamwork, and the use of technology. Believing that youth perspectives are a critical element of American culture, Free Spirit Media actively distributes student work to a range of audiences. Participants' dreams and aspirations grow, and in turn, their voices and visions benefit our society.